Hello, hello, hello. What we got here then? Yes, I don't know what that was. But we're going to be creating some sci-fi assets for the next animated short film. I'm just kind of bringing up the image that I was working on. Let me just change that around. Oh my goodness, please work. Yes, it is working. Sick. Right. So the plan is it's going to be very much like a square with the walls coming in. So as always, let's delete the default cube, Shift A, and we're going to add in that default cube. Select everything, GZ1. Let's increase this to GZ.5. So we've got 2.5 meters by 2 meters. Could probably go a little bit wider. Where's the front view? There we go. Good thing I checked. Let's put an edge loop through here. V to rip. Yo, yo, yo. TT Casanova. Boy. From here, let's press N. I've already forgotten. There we go. 1.5. So we're going to have a box, a corridor. That's going to be... Oops. It is going to be 2.5 by 3 meters. And so this is what we're going to kind of build our environment around. And we're going to make everything modular. So the walls will be by themselves, and we'll probably create a few styles. Now, in between each wall, actually we'll just make this life easier, is make the origin point in the center there. With each piece, morning Terry, how you doing, mate? With each piece, they are going to be different. However, they are going to slot together. Now, the big thing that we're going to be doing around here is obviously creating... We're going to have to bake out the textures. I don't know how far we're going to get tonight. But we'll bake it all out. Alto, welcome. And then be able to get that into Omniverse and kind of like build stuff, build our scene. So starting off, I'm going to press V to rip this wall here. Control LP, separate by selection. And so this is going to be our individual piece. So I'm not going to be too concerned about the edges, because what I'm going to do is in between every 2 meter block, we'll do a kind of banner. If we have a look at the thumbnail for here, you'll see that there was kind of like, yeah, like a thingamabob in between all those panels. And that's what we're kind of gonna kind of go for. So let's put an edge loop here. And then I'm just gonna bring that in, GZ, E to extrude along the Z axis. And then this is going to be kind of like our basis that we're going to kind of base everything off. From here, let's put another edge loop, bring this out, Control B, GZ, and we're going to grab that. Let's go G to the X, and let's go GX. So we've got something like that. I think that's a very nice base. Hey, oh my goodness, Juris, welcome, buddy. Long time no see. Straight off the bat, let's come in. We'll go into a shade smooth with the normals, and we'll go auto smooth. So obviously we don't have this piece here. Emerger as well. All the big names are coming out tonight. So there we go. All right, let's keep going. I'm going to bring this down. There we go. So we've got those harsh lines, and that's exactly what I'm going for. Now the question is am I going to do every piece in Substance Painter, or do I bake it? That's something I don't know. Let me just make sure that's plugged in properly. But let's go ahead and build this. Now, the inspiration here is a lot of Star Citizen. It's such a good game. I'm waiting for the server wipe to come through. Yuris. Waiting for the server wipe to come in, and then I'll be back into it. But, you know, I got big plans for everything that's happening. Obviously, a lot with Omniverse been starting to touch, and that's been really good. Being supported by some of the guys from there. Actually, no, let's do this. I lie. Let's go Shift D, P, separate by selection, G, Y. Okay, and so this is kind of like our dummy with nothing. So technically, planet starting in a couple of weeks. Yeah, it's such a good game. So technically the way I could do this is, you know, we could delete this back piece. Oops. Delete this back piece, and then all these pieces kind of just layer onto the main piece is the way we can work it. But I think I might just do all the panels as is. The problem is when we go to UV unwrap, we're going to have a lot of wasted space. So it would kind of work better. All right, let's play it by ear, and we're going to go like that. So with this piece here, let's go ahead. I do like how that's looking already. However, I'm going to grab these two and these two, scale in on the Y. Nice. Let's put a edge loop, something nice and big like that. Whoops, let's grab these edges, Control B. And for those of you who have been following me, know I love that little crispy thing. There is an option to change the way it looks, and I keep forgetting. Is it that one? It's not that one. Is it that one? It's not that one. Nope, come back. Nope. Oh, where is it? Statistics. Oh, cavity? Yeah, okay, so we can see the cavity. There we go. I know some of you love that. Sham Inc., welcome. Somebody came across. You are more than welcome, buddy. But yeah, so let's kind of just build this up. I'm going to press I. I'm going to do it this way, actually. And we're just going to create a whole bunch of paneling. We'll put our edge loop through here. And then let's go ahead and grab these panels in here. Scale on the... Put another edge loop, sorry. And then we grab this edge in here. This edge in here. And if we go scale along the X, scale along the Y. There we go. We've got that nice looking pizzazzle. Now, obviously, with some of the other ones, we'll dig a hole. So, for instance, what we could actually do, let's do it now. I'm gonna go to town. Why? There we go. All right. So this is the plan. This is the plan. I've got this. Let's scale this down. We're going to delete this face and this face. Delete faces. We are going to select here and press V to rip. GZ -1. Okay. And then we can select this and this. This and this. And let's select all this. I'm not even going to say that, but welcome. Does good things. Yeah, so funnily enough, one of the videos has done extremely well, and that's the baking bread one. So if you've seen that one, that's been a good one. So from here, let's go into this. Nope. Modifiers. Let's go into an array. Wrong way. Let's go this way. And let's go maybe 4. Let's scale it down. I've got an idea on something that might look semi-nice. GY. And what we're going to do is we're just going to intersect this wall. Something like that. Okay. I do like that. From here with this selected, I'm going to go shift left click on our panel. Control numpad minus. Dang it. Let's just check our face orientations. Wrong way. Cool. Let's go shift N. Recalculate inside. Noise. Control numpad minus. How do I... Now I'm trying to think. Why? How do I... Fast? That's what I'm after. Sick. Let's go Control A and apply that. And then with this here, I'm just going to move that off to the side. Let's go into, because if I go into edit mode, yes. Bring that collection visibility. What is it? I know it exists. I can't remember how to view it back. I'm going crazy. Viewport display. No. Bounce. Here we go. Solid. Nice. So now let's go into select all that. Shift N. Control L. Shift N. Inside. So there we go. So we've now already added a little bit. Felicia White. Welcome. Could switch to Maya and leave Blender behind forever? Pfft, absolutely not. No stinking way. I am nah. I do like that cut, and I reckon we might do a few more in here. Let's just get about this. P to separate by selection. Let's go Shift D and move that up. G to the X. I'm going to bring it in. And we'll come out wide like so. And like that, Control Numpad minus. That's not going to work because it doesn't have a solid background, which is fine. So let's go E to extrude. With that edge selected, let's just try it. Control F, and we're going to do a grid fill. Yeah, I'll buy that for $1. Now, if we select this, select that, Control Numpad minus, we've got our hole. Yes. Bam. Beautiful. Let's now apply that. This and this and this conjoin. Control J. Let's grab this and we'll move that out of the way. And we'll bring that bounds. We'll change that back to solid. There we go. Yeah. Actually, I really like that. That looks pretty suave. Let's continue using that method. So from here, I'm going to grab that. Let's go like so. Scale it down. Scale it along the Y. And from here, let's go Shift D. Let's grab this. I know, great sound effects. And I'm going to grab that edge here. G, Y. That seems like a nice cutter. Isn't that right, Potter? From here, so the problem is now is that, okay, so the workaround should be, is I'm going to grab the whole edge. And so this is the thing with Unreal Engine is if you're building like a modular kit, what's going to happen is you're going to get light bleed coming through. If there's no back end. So what I am actually going to do, Leidenbergs, let's go like that, scale X like so. I'm going to move everything forward. So because our scale is 1.5, the very back of our piece, so especially this part here, should be on the 1.5 mark. So let's just move everything 0.1 minus. And then I'm going to select this edge. Nice. From here, I'm going to make this 1.49. Nope. I'm going to make this on the x-axis 1.49. Nice. User. There we go. Will be 1.4. You will not be 1.4. You will be 1.49 as well-ish. Well, actually, no, I can delete this face now because that's no longer relevant. Let's select this. Control F, and we're going to do a grid fill. Span, let's change these numbers and see if they fix themselves. Nope, go suck a lem. What if we do offset? Whatevs. We'll fix that later on. So now what's going to happen is that if we were to bring this into Unreal Engine, we're no longer going to have that light bleed. But the other cool thing is that, let's just set that on 3. We've got this gap in between, so the layers aren't going to be slapping against each other. So yeah. So that's why we're doing that little bit offset. Oh, one aspiring artist. Welcome. I apply modifiers and I'm happy how they look. Should I just keep them unapplied, or is it fine if I apply them? Well, obviously, once you've done and you need to export the models, it will apply automatically. I'm just going to apply the modifiers for now. I mean, these are nothing special, but I just want to move the cutter away because I don't want a whole bunch of boxes, especially if this is going to be my main work area. However, I am just going to move them here because then I can always bring them back. Can you point? Save it as an asset. Yeah, I've got videos on doing that somewhere. Right, now, this is what I was working on up here. Now, the whole point of this was so I can make that solid as well. So if I go into something like this, and we kind of try and line it up to the best out of our ability. Something like that. Let's go scale, GY. Sorry, just had a stroke. And I'm going to bring this down to about here, just so it's sticking out ever so slightly. GY. Nice. Shift left click. Numpad minus. That didn't work. Okie dokie. Let's go Control L delete these vertices, and I'm going to put an edge loop through here. Select this here. E to extrude, like so. Let's grab this edge here, GG. Let's do that now. Select our cutter, select this thing, Control Numpad minus. Beautiful. Control A, go away. Go back to. All right, that's looking not too bad. I know it's bright blue. What we might do as well, I'm just going to create like a clayish material. Save. Nope, that's all the decal machine stuff. There is a video tomorrow coming out about decal machine, so subscribe if you haven't. I'm just quickly saving this 016 Sci-Fi. I hate you, caps lock. Sci-Fi modular. Double click, Control V, enter, save as, just so we get saving it now. Let's create our clay. Come into nya, something like that. Make it a little bit darker. Speculatory down and the roughness up. By the way, what are you modeling? I'm just creating some sci-fi assets for the next animated short is what we're going for. I do like having it that blank, but I feel that we might, in a few other layers, do this. We will clean that up. All right, so let's line this up. You're going to be about there-ish. Cool. E to extrude along the x-axis, scale x0, gx. What do we say? 1.49. And then we're going to go, all right, like that. Sick. Beautiful. Beautiful. So let's let's crack on. So I already like this first piece. Maybe we'll create some sort of like a roof piece. Let's make this not symmetrical, this one. So I'm going to apply the mirror modifier. Let's put an edge loop through here. Let's go E to extrude 0.1 up. Whoa. Control LP, separate by selection. So with that, let's go GZ minus what? GZ minus 0.1. And so now that is our floor tile. This is our roof tile. What are we going to do? I reckon on this side, let's go ahead and create some sort of nice big panel. And it's just going to be, actually before we do that, let's go ahead and do my thing. Scale Y. I'm going to do it a little bit differently. We're going to do it double. Control B. Let's grab that. Scale on the Y-axis, X-axis. Control L-E to extrude. Nice. That's looking grouse. I like that. CG Master, she is live streaming this in Discord in about 18 hours. What? Yes, okay. Oh, Tom. Hey, buddy. Ah, okay. Yes. Sick. All right, so that's what we're referring to. This here, what can we do? We need some lighting. We need to throw some lighting in. And I reckon, I'm just trying to think, what would be a nice way of doing lighting? Maybe kind of like, let's do a hexagon light, I reckon. So I'm going to go into cylinder, 6-sided. Let's go slide, something like this, G to the Z. This will sit, excuse me, this is going to sit at Z 1.5, 2.5. All right, that's okay, it's okay, we got this. Let's go G, Y, and we're going to kind of guesstimate what this looks like. I might now come back in, realign this edge, just so it kind of looks a little bit neater. So let's go scale on the Y. Yes. Yes. Delightful, says the Batman. Okay, GY. Something like that. I think that's going to look good. And then when we come over here, we'll put some other panels up the top. But we will just delete this one for now. Delete vertices. From here, let's go something like that. E to extrude. And then this is going to be our lighting source up here. I reckon we could probably do just a little bit more fun with this. Something like that. And we'll select these edges. Let's go Control B to do a bevel. I'm going to select these outer faces. And we will go E to extrude, scale. Then we'll come into individual origins, scale Shift Z. That's kind of cool. Okay, and then what we're going to do? We're going to add in another circle, cylinder, hexy. Something like this. Oof, oof. And we're going to just minimize that. And we'll make sure we line that up here. Let's just come in and make sure these are sitting flat. GZ. Something like that. Let's grab this. if this works, this is going to look sick. Sick. Something like that. Shift DY. Da da da. Yeah! That is looking so good. This one is going to be our light. So let's go ahead and Control J, join them together. With that selected, assign, change this to our emission, and we'll give it a little bit of blue tinge. Well, that's a bit too much. Let's make this 20. Let's just jump into rendered mode and we'll have a look. We are in Eevee. Let's have a look. Control S, let's just save it. We'll jump into cycles. GPU 32, and we'll go 128. And I think that is looking rather spicy. That is looking grouse. That is just... let's go ahead and select these and we'll add in our clay material. Clay, I think it's a little bit dark. Clay. And clay, it's a bit of wet clay. But as we can see, it's looking okay without doing much. So I'm fairly chuffed with that, especially these little areas. So I think we might make a few more cutters and we'll just kind of build on that. We could probably make some cutters up here. So let's go back into solid mode. I do want to grab this piece because I really like it. Let's go P, separate by selection, and then we'll go into a mirror modifier. You apply the mirror modifier, and then we will grab this, and we will delete this, and we will select the edge, select the edge, and so now when we come in, we kind of have, that looks sick. I'm fairly chuffed with that. What we might do is give it some extra love. Let's select this edge, thus, and thus, Control B. Something like that, and I feel that I need some sort of piece sitting in there. While we're here, let's just grab this whole piece, Shift D to the Y. Oh, the other thing, like I mentioned, was that we're going to be putting in pieces that go in here. So really, dang it, I didn't think about that. I stuffed up. Let's select thus, and thus. And that's fine. I'm going to go scale on the Y a little bit. Just bring it in. This edge and this edge. This edge and this. Nope. This edge. Scale on the Y. We're just going to kind of roughly line that up. Itchy nose. Let's select all these. Bro. Scale Y. There we go. And so what this will allow us to do is have that little bit of a buffer zone that we were talking about earlier. So we will create something that goes probably like this. Clack attack? Thank you. Good lad. So make sure you jump onto Clack Attack 404 over on Twitch. He streams Rocket League amongst other games, and sometimes I'm on that stream with him playing Demoer. So for those of you who play Rocket League, yeah, I am one of the most annoying players you can play against, because I will go for Demo every time. That is just what I do. Many abusive words have been said to me. I think one of the funniest ones was, I hope you get Ross River fever. Really random. I know what Ross River fever is. I've been to the Ross River. But it's just kind of like, interesting. So let's go ahead. And so as you can see, we're just kind of working with this face here. Let's go into, I am going into mirror modifier along the Y, but we're going to be kind of doing a cut in here now. So what I want, something like that. Let's go GX. Let's, how am I going to do this? GG. 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 And so I'm just going to kind of line that up. So we're just going to try and do our best to follow the edge. That's not too bad. Let's now go ahead and delete this face. Let's now grab this, turn on clipping, E to extrude, delete that internal face. So now we have this kind of barrier piece. Now, does this, I think that's a little bit too far out. Make it a little bit thinner. Let's go GY. Oh no. Yeah, maybe something like that. And what this piece is mainly to do is to hide the seam in between all the other pieces. What? What? Add a security camera. I do like that idea. I'm going back. Hang on. It was all a Discord community here, I guess. Yeah. Hey, I brought people there as well. I can read the comments. From here, just going to add a little bit extra. Something like that. Let's go E to extrude, Alt S. Something like that. Just to give it a little bit more depth. Maybe we might do the same on here as well. So we'll do something like that. E to E, Alt S. Now, I mean, I know that it doesn't look like much, but obviously once we go select all our pieces, actually, no, U2 should join, Control J. Once we select our pieces, let's go Shift D, and you can kind of see as we're building. Let's go into rendered view. Yes. Not sure how I feel about this piece in here. So what I am going to do is select that, Control B to do a bevel. That looks, but a bevel modifier, yeah, let's throw one on. 0.05. It's a fairly big, chunky bevel modifier. Okay, 0.05. 0.001. Okay, 0.0002. Nope. 0.003. There we go. I think 0.002 is the way to go. So that is looking fairly schmick. Does this need to be chunkier? Maybe. Let's go ahead and do that. Control B to join. Oops. Control B. Make sure we get rid of all that. I'm going to grab everything here. U, be gone. All right. GX. Just to give it a little bit of extra life. All right, I'm pretty chuffed with that. Let's throw on the bevel modifier in here, 0.002. And now what I'm going to do is just delete, delete, delete. Cool. From here, let's go Shift D, X. Let's just move that off to the side. It's just going to start duplicating some of our pieces. From here, I will delete the mirror modifier. And then that way, we can start creating our next panel. So from here, delete G to the X. All right, what are we going to do with this one? So maybe this one here. I'm going to press I to do an inset, scale on the Y. Something like so. E, Shift D, scale, GY. Let's go G to the X, E to extrude. Delete faces because I don't want that back face. Oh, actually, no. Let's keep that back face for now because we might do some cutter. Don't mind us. We're just watching. That's okay. So we're going to need to make some sort of like control panel, I reckon. So let's go ahead from here. I'm going to add in maybe a cube and we'll move it off to the side. So let's go G, hold control. Scale on the Z. Scale at something like that. And then let's go ahead. I'm going to press V to rip. Control L, delete vertices. I've been watching like a lot of iCarly. That's not because like I choose to. That's just because my daughter's been watching it. The reason why that came up was because I was going to make an elongated, a non-mirrored screen, and on iCarly they've kind of got this banana screen, which is not an apple, it's a pear. So so yeah. Once this has been created as well, I'll probably put some work. This will probably actually be the next couple of days that I'll be working on. This will be available. I will put on the Patreons. Alright, so this is kind of like the border of our screen. Like so. Let's go Control B. And then we're going to bring this in like that. One thing. I'm happy with that. Let's just now heat to extrude. Something like that. From here, let's go bevel once, Control B. From here, I'm going to add in a secondary bevel. Let's go E to extrude. Fuck, what have I done? Yep. E to extrude, Alt S. So we have something like this. And we might just go G to the X. Bring that in. I think it's a little bit too harsh. Nice. That is looking pretty good. Let's now go into cylinder. Over here, buddy. Let's undo that. Turn off clipping for a sec. Scale that in. Turn clipping back on. And then we'll go GZ. And so what we're doing here is we're just kind of... We're just adding in some screws. How's that looking? That is looking quite nice. And then from here, we can add in our... Add in our plane. What we will do is scale it to there. Do we make it in the center? Yeah, let's go center then. Control B to do a bevel. And then we can delete top and bottom. Delete vertices. From here, I'm going to apply the mirror modifier. Select our screen, Control J to join. We will bring this up ever so slightly. And then, for instance, for now, I can go to materials. You can be clay, and this can be, we'll create a new material called screen, and this can be our image hole, and it could be a bit more of a blue. Let's go 0.2, assign. If we go into rendered view, that sucks. Something like that. Alright, I'm actually going to keep that. I really semi-like that. Right click, set origin to geometry. And then let's work with this. Right click to geometry, scale that down. Rotate X 90, rotate Z 90 minus. Let's go period key to zoom in. Now if I want to do kind of like snapping, let's come into face, medium, align to rotation, and rotate. So if I go G and hold control, there we go. You can see that I put it in the wrong spot. Rotate X 90, GZ. And then this will kind of allow us to have a screen on a panel, and then we can go ahead and put some buttons everywhere. It's now. Oh. OpenGL 3.3 problem. Sometimes Blender suddenly is closed and I get an error. I have no idea because I do not use it, so I cannot help. On that one, let's go Shift D, scale, G to the Z. And what we're going to do is P to separate by selection. Let's go G, X, E to extrude. Delete face. Let's go I. Let's go Control B to do a bevel. And so we're going to be kind of making some buttons. Control numpad minus, suck a lemon. Control numpad, suck a lemon. Let's just get rid of that. Alt S. What? What are you talking? Oh. There we go. And there we go. Alt S. So we've got something like that. And then if we bring this, let's go GX. I'm going to select this whole edge now. Control B to do a bevel. And this is going to be kind of like one of our buttons. So let's go new. For now, you can have a clay material, and then this one will be red light. Red light. Let's go. Select this face. Control numpad plus to increase the selection and assign. That's not too bad. I'm fairly chuffed. Let's go something like so. From here into the modifiers array. Let's go 2. -2. Beautiful. And then we'll throw another array in. -2. Something like this. I think that looks pretty good. Let's go Control A. Control A. Let's come into here. Let's go red light, duplicate. You're going to be green light. Really, I should have called them light green, light red, but oh well. From here, let's go tab into edit mode, and I'm going to select a few. Let's go Control numpad plus, assign. While we're at it, let's just make a blue one. Duplicate, blue light, and I'm just going to pick some other ones at random. And we're just setting that front face, and then when I go Control numpad plus, change this to blue sunshine. There we go. Assign. Now if we go into rendered view, I don't like it. Nah. I don't like that at all. Let's go minus, minus, minus. Let's go, you can just be a simple white light. Assign. Too bright for a white light, so let's go panel light. And you can probably just be about 1. There we go. I think that looks a little bit better. Make them all yellow with some red. You reckon? Good call. Good call. From here, I'm not feeling this panel. I think what we might do is I'm going to press I to do an inset. Let's do Control B to do a bevel. Control numpad minus. Alt. Ugh, you suck. Let's Control numpad minus. Get rid of that inside selection. Alt S. V to rip. And so now we've kind of got this, panel. Yeah, like that. That seems a bit better. And then obviously once we throw on our bevel at 0.002, that'll just look a little bit schmicker. I do like the yellow lines. Good call. Where's your reference? Yep. From here, I think I might do the same again. Control B to do a bevel. Control numpad. Control numpad minus. Did I just do that? Nope. Control numpad minus. Deselect. Deselect. Alt S. There we go. From here, let's maybe work out some sort of latch. I think that might look cool. So let's go ahead. Where'd you go? You're up there for some reason. Whatevs. Let's go into solid mode. Something like this. And we'll do the latch I kind of normally always make. It looks like... How does it look? It looks like this. Control B to do a bevel. We will do the same here. Control B to do a bevel. Let's grab this back face. G to the X. What I will do, Shift S cursor to selected. Let's go into a plane. Oh! Rotate. That was weird. Scale on the Y. G to the Z. And we're going to put a few edge loops in there. Let's do... No. Let's do a few of these. Delete faces. Then I'm going to select these. Delete faces. And then with these selected, let's go GX, E to extrude, delete faces. And so that's kind of like our initial piece for our handles. So when we bring that down, it's a bit of a gigantor. I'm going to go put one here. Shift D, Z, rotate 180. Let's go Control J to join, because we can. GX, and it's kind of like, yay, well done. So from here, I am actually going to go Control L, Control L, Shift D, P, separate by selection. I want this piece in here. We are going to go into the individual origins, Alt S, Alt S, like so, and we get stuffed. We're going to grab the bottom bit, the top bit. How are we going to do this? I can't do that. Nope. Let's do select the top bit, GZ, 0.03. Select the bottom bit, GZ 0.03 to the minus, and then we're going to get stuffed. Scale on the x-axis. All right. With that selected and that, control numpad minus. And let's go control A to apply that. Delete. And now we can see that we've kind of got these handles. Ooh. I scaled it up a little bit too much. Let's bring that back a touch. That looks cool. I'm down with that. I'm down with that. Jeez, I haven't been looking at chat. Cool. Go nuts. But yeah, now you can see that we've kind of made a panel which technically you can open. And even if we wanted to go that one step further, add in a cylinder, maybe a little bit more on the 6 sides. So let's go into a cylinder. We'll go into 32. I'm not too concerned about n-gons and so on in this one, because I know what I'm using it for. Let's go like so. Actually, top, nope. We need to go control R, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we select these edges in here. Let's do the bottom as well. Control B to do a bevel. Control numpad minus. Deselect that, Alt S. There we go. And so what we've done is some hinges. Like so. Control J to join. That's, yeah. And so now it's kind of like, as you clip it, the whole thing opens up. That is kind of grouse. So if I were to go, oops, oh. Okay, there we go. Let me just quickly delete all this. Delete vertices. That there doesn't need to be there. Let's go ahead and maybe join this and this. Control J to join. This and this and this. Control J to join. And so now we've got two. Oh, geez. Yeah, maybe we should actually probably do some work along here. So similar to this. I mean, technically what we could do is actually have 3 pieces that would make up this kitbashing set. We would have the bottom wall, the middle wall, and the top wall, and then we can all arrange all 3 of them. But for now, just to make our lives easier, I'm just going to make them all one wall. From here, what can we do down in this section? Maybe we'll just do this just for now. I'm a really big fan on how that turned out. Control numpad minus, Control A, delete, and we'll keep that. One thing I am thinking about is maybe we put a strip. Needs pipes. That is the next one that I'll be doing. I think what I would like to do, let's go Control A, Shift A, Control A. Yeah, apply location. I think what I would like to do is I have an idea. I got a feeling. It's a bit of an inkling. This is going to be one of those days. This is a show all about me and all the things. I got a feeling. It's a bit of an inkling. This is going to be one of those days. This is a show all about me and me. And all the things I do and all the things I see. I got a feeling. It's a bit of a, this is going to be one of those things. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, there was no other words. I was just losing the plot. 10 points for anyone who knows where that's from. I would be very surprised. One of the best Australian comedy acts ever created. I will say that much. Alright, so this is what we're going to do, and we will do my favourite thing. So if you see these things, you're like, no, yep, that's a Markham thing. GZ. Ooh, that looks nice. I am down for that. Sorry, so let's go back now. I am going to go select all this, and then we're going to add in 2 materials. This one can be a light. Let's duplicate this one, and this could be main light yellow. And we'll make this like that. I'm going to make that probably about a 5. Make sure we assign it. Oh yeah. That's pretty sick. That's all I gotta say. Let's go. Nah. Where are we? Along the y-axis, I'm gonna make this 0.4. Shift D, and this is gonna be 1.6. There we go. So now we've added in lights, and we can go ahead and add in different lights, different variations a little bit later. But that's not too bad. Definitely we need some more work on this section, and something definitely up in here. Is that? Yeah, something definitely needs to come up here. Do we throw a panel? Do we throw... Maybe for this one. Maybe for this one, we go I to do an inset, E to extrude. Nope. Let's go GG. This one here is going to be E to extrude, and obviously we can only go so far. So we have this. So that means now, if I go Shift S, cursor world origin, then we come in and let's add in Bezier curves. Shift A, curves, Bezier curves. All right. Rotate 45. And we're going to go G to the Y. And let's go GY on this one. We can line this one up now to about here. Let's come into our geometry, and we're going to increase the depth. Shift D. We could probably even do something like so. Let's go GY. I'm just going to scale that down. E to extrude, rotate 90. Nice. Rotate whatever that is. About there. E. And then we'll cut that off later. Yeah, nice. 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 We might actually just bring everything down a smidgen. I think that's looking good. Let's go something like this. Come in, Shift D. Bring that into there. I am a fan of how that's looking. From here, let's go convert to mesh. All right. And then we can go ahead and select this outer, Control Numpad plus. There we go. Delete faces with this piece in here. Scale on the Y. Scale on the Shift Y. And then we've got that. All right, stuff here. Let's make that a little bit sharper. Scale on the Y. Auto smooth. Change it to about 45 degrees. Okie dokie. 40 degrees. Nice. Nice. GY. Go suck a lemon. GY. Yeah, that looks sick. I'm down with that. And then what we can do is later on, we will give each of those pipes a different color. Let's go Control J to join. I hate you. 40. What? Oh, man. 35. 45? Ah, okay. 40. We're going to go into shade smooth. Why is that being a jerk? Mate, what are you doing? Let's go Shift N. What the Hickabotham's going on? Shift N, inside. Smooth. Slightly annoyed. That is not... Anyway, look, let's just carry on. Alright, I'm going to say that this panel is done, even though... Actually, we're just going to throw another panel just on here. GY. And I'm just going to go scale Z0, scale Z0, G to the Y, Control L, scale on the Z, GX, E to extrude, delete face, select this, Control L, Shift N. Yep, I'm down with that. Let's make sure everything is joined. That is fine. I know those lights aren't joined, but that's okay. And why are you not snapping? Because you're not incremental now. G, hold control. So you can see that we've now built ourselves. You can use Control A, G. This will apply to visual geometry. Oh. So now going to the G to the X, yeah. It's funny because it's true. No, you fat donkey. Shift D, Alt G to bring that back. And what we need to do now is I forgot to make a copy of my blank because you're an idiot. Let's go like so. Control I to invert my selection, delete vertices, select all, E to extrude 2 to the minus. And you are the wrong way now. That is fine. Shift N. All right, so we've got our blank. It's going to move our blank over to the side there. And so now we've got our 3 walls. Now, let's go ahead and create a door. Why not? I'm just trying to think how we're going to do this. Let's go G, hold control, scale that like so. I'm going to grab this, G to the Z, 1.9, no, I'm going to go 2.2 meters high. Ah, that's why. Okay, there we go. This can be 2.3 now. And I'm just going to go G to the X. Let's go like that. Control numpad minus. Yeah. Yeah. And we're going to apply that straight away to this. Control A, and then I can delete that. Cut. Beautiful. Now we can go ahead and probably... oh. Hang on. What's... I don't know what's going on. What do we got? What'd you send me? Ah. I don't know what the conversation is going, but there we go. go jump on Felicia's Discord. I'll be there probably later on in the after party. Who here has made their own Greeble assets? I have. And I'll show you. This is my library. And these are all available on the Blender Market. Asset Browser. Markham 3D. And so these are all the assets that I use. Oh, I forgot about that one. Spicy. Yeah, nice. I like some of these. Some of these are really good. This, which one's my favorite? I am a fan of this asset in here. I think that one looks gorgeous. And also this one here, I use quite a bit. I'm going to go Control S save. If I open up Blender, I was doing some testing. I did do example decal baking, Sci-Fi heli. Oh yeah, that was that. That's right. I was recording a video, testing flyby. So I was using my Discord quite a bit. I don't know what's going on. So for those of you who don't follow me on Instagram, go. And I rendered out this little animation, and it turned out alright. It was more just to see how would it work and so on and so forth. And this was all done in Eevee. Open up Eevee. Anyway, let it render. And so you can see here kind of like I was just throwing in all my asset pieces that I was just talking about into the background. This ship here is the ship that we were working on for quite a few live streams, I think. Let me jump on the Insta. And I'll show you guys. Click on this. Profile. And so this is what it ended up rendering. Could have been a lot better, but you know what? I kind of just slapped it together. So whatevs. I don't like the exterior lights. But yeah, ding dong. One thing I've learned though is I had the camera tracking to wherever the ship was, when really I should have only had like minimal movement of the camera. I think that would have looked so much nicer. So that's just one thing for next time. So you can see that like the camera's moving just so much. So if anything, I would have come in, selected my camera, I think into here, and the influence would have been a lot less, maybe 0.1. And then the ship would have been moving. Yeah, I would have placed the camera in a bit more of a better position. But the camera's now moving just that ever so slightly now. But anyway, that was just something I was working on. What? I forgot what I was doing. What was I doing? Door. Okay. So let's create a door now. This is going to be our door frame piece. Because obviously we need doors. We don't need doors, but doors are normally pretty helpful because you can't just have a corridor. I mean, you can have a corridor to nothing. Anyway, shut up, Marco. Okay. Let's go scale G to the Z. Scale on the Y. And I'm going to go E to extrude. We'll bring that down. Actually, maybe what we'll do is delete that back face. We will delete these back vertices. Let's go ahead and select this. I'm now going to do just a bit of a cut inwards. Delete face. Delete this bottom face. Let's grab these vertices. Control scale Z 0. Control LP, separate by selection, just so I can focus on just the door here. Edge loop. Let's select that. Scale Z 0. Control B to join. To bevel. We'll select these edges again. Control B. Something like that. Maybe this way. G to the scale Y. what's going to happen now? I think obviously that's sitting way too far out. So we'll bring it back. Right, I can't have it too far back, but that's fine. Let's just go E to extrude just for now. And we're going to go 1.48. Now there is reason to the madness. Madness, I say, madness. Shift N. Ooh, actually, that kind of not really works. Let's go ahead. I'm going to put an edge loop through here. Let's grab all this, E to extrude. Let's grab this edge. Oh no, go suck a lemon. Let's delete these bottom faces. C. Delete faces. And then we're going to come in here. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do E to extrude. Grab these faces here. G to the X. Something like that. Let's grab here, Control B. Let's select these two, Control B. And then we know what we're doing. We're going to select all this, G to the Z. Shift D, scale G to the X, E to extrude. I've got this. I know what's going on. I, E, ooh, ooh, ah, wada wada, bing bang, ooh, ah. Grab that. Screen, assign. Let's just take that off. Face orientation. That's kind of cool. Do I have a copy of these somewhere? I do not. So let's grab that and we'll dump that over there. You sirs can go away now. That's too dull. Let's change screens to... Nope. The heck? What's this color? Main yellow, yeah. That's not too bad. I do like how that works. Do we have bevel modifier? We do have bevel modifier. What's time? 11 o'clock. Whoa, jeez. What was I doing? Door. It's alright, I'm just losing the plot that I never had. Pretty much. I do like the way that is looking. And then obviously we can come in, throw a door, blah, blah, blah. We haven't created any floor panels yet. Just having a think, if you know what I mean. Just having a little bit of a think. Marco, by the way, mate, your mic is lower than normal. Is it? Don't say that. Turn it up. Ooh. I am just going to quickly have a check. Hang on. Desktop audio. Mic. Over here. I can turn it up. I think now we're in the orange. Oh. Whoa. Okay. It was a little bit down. Not too much. You should invest in hard ops. I have hard ops. Hard ops is a beast. We've got to, yeah, hard ops is such a big beast, and I just haven't. Oh, it's not that. I don't know. It's just such a beast in itself, and I just haven't spent the time to learn it. I know I should. I know I should, but just, yeah, I haven't. I'm going to snap that there now. Let's just move that out of the way. And so if we kind of have a look, I'm going to move this here, Shift Y. And then if we kind of have a look at what our set is looking like. So that's kind of cool. I reckon we can probably make one more blank panel. And then let's go ahead and maybe create 1 or 2 roof tiles. Floor tiles. Good job, Marco. Oh yeah, well done. Okay, that's the blank one. Let's come over here. I'm going to create a nice simple one. Just a simple one. Alright, fellas. Steven Scott here. Alright, guys. Oh, that's what it is. Alright, guys. Oh, Steven. Where is he? He sometimes rocks up. Let's go delete these faces. G to the Z. I'm just going to raise that up. And then what we'll do is move that back. Bring that out a little bit more. Yeah, nice. We're going to scale this in. Because obviously if you remember, we've got those kind of like barriers that happen here. I am going to go Control B to do bevel. Let's do it again. Control B to do bevel. Let's grab that. I'm going to grab this piece. Nice. I think that's looking suave. And then I am just going to be a little bit lazy with this one. Hey, put a bevel in there. Control L, I to do an inset, I to do another inset. Let's go around the edge, delete vertices, select these both. E to extrude, delete faces. I'm going to do one there, one here. Control B to do a bevel. There we go, there we go. Control B to do a bevel. There we go. There we go, there we go, and there we go. Oh, I can't do that. Okay, let's do it like this. Like this. Individual origins, scale along the y-axis. Yeah, that looks kind of cool. G to the X. Where are we? 920. Let's go. Got to plug more of those products. Sell your rain for sure. I don't know what we're talking about here. Yeah, thanks, Halo. I've got a really cool Reillusion video coming out. It's like 30 seconds long. It's a good video. It was something I had no idea existed until I was watching Jay's. What's the dude's name? Hang on. I keep forgetting what his thing is. Where is he? Friends. All pending. JS Films with a Z. I was watching one of his videos because he was doing part of a live stream. And yeah, it was on point. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I'm starting to lose it. No, it was a really cool tool that I've already used. I get staffed. But yeah, it was just something that nobody's been talking about. So I went, I'll make a tutorial on it. Go back. Get back. Go back, you evil fiend. Get back. And I'm just going to quickly do this. Let's just finish off this panel. GG. And we'll go here as well. GG. Nice. That's looking good. So we've got a bit of a variety of panels. Probably one more panel would be good if there's some holes in it, and then that way we can actually just cover it up or put crud in it, have wires hanging out, so on and so forth. But other than that, that's looking nice. We do have this roofing panel. Let's do... I'm going to duplicate these lights because I actually really do like them. And we'll go Control J to join. And let's bring that to kind of like over here. cool. Let's actually delete that. Let's go Shift D, and we'll bring that back. GY, hold control. So I've built everything to kind of like snap together. Snap, crackle, pop. What are we going to do with this panel? What's something different? Maybe let's go Control L, delete faces. Actually, no. I'm going to put in an edge loop just so I've got reference on where this should roughly be. Delete vertice. From here, I'm going to get Control B. Let's put an edge loop through here. Control B. We are going to do I to do an inset. G. And then we've got something like so. I mean, we could even do another I to do an inset. Scale on the Y. GY. Let's go I to do another inset, and then E to extrude, and we bring that up. Let's grab this section, E to extrude, and then it comes like that. From here, Shift D to the Z. I'm going to go scale, put a bunch of edge loops in there, V to rip, GZ, Control L, E to extrude. Insert, delete that. Let's go C. Ah, you dirty jerk. Too much. E to extrude, just a little bit. Select U, Control L, delete vertices. C, Control L. And then from here we can bring that back. So it's sitting something like, ooh, that's looking grouse. Yeah, that's grouse. Delete that. And then from here, something cool we could do. I mean, we could maybe, let's do Control B now to do bevel. E to extrude. Shift S, cursor to selected. Let's go ahead and add in a cylinder. Something like so. Scale on the Y. Shift D, X. Shift D, X. And then we can go Shift D, scale, Shift Y. Something like this. Something like this. No, don't like that. Let's get rid of that one. And you can go like so. Like so. Something like that, I reckon. Nice. Let's quickly just realign everything. Macula. B, scale Y, oops. Scale Y, 0. GY. Scale Y, 0. GY. To me, I like that idea. I do think we could probably execute it. Oh, darn it, you idiot, Marco. So the problem is, I think you need to go up a little bit. What I've done wrong here is now I don't really have an option to do a frame. Hey, get out of here. So let's go Shift D, P, separate by selection. And we're going to try and do a frame. E to extrude. I'm going to scale on the X now. Control L, G to the Z. E to extrude. I think that should be suffice. I do feel what we might do, I just kind of want to add something a little bit more different as well. Scale. Well, let's do it like this. Scale X0. Scale X0. Control L. And if we do something like this, Control B, GZ, E to extrude. And then we kind of grab this and this, E to extrude. Let's go scale like that. Something like so. GY. Shift D, Y, about here-ish, I think. How's that looking? That's not too bad. Control J, select everything, shade smooth, come over into here, auto smooth to about 40, 30, whatever floats your boat, mate. Done. I like that piece. I think really I should almost be quartering these pieces. So you kind of have, this is a panel, this is a panel, this is a panel, and then you can just go through and kind of like rewire, have them alternate, if you know what I mean. Kind of idea without reference. Slice Factor, welcome. Howdy, Zero, masterpiece. Are we making tonight? Sci-Fi Corridors, buddy. I'm president of. Okay. Can you make trim sheets from them? Yes. So let me just quickly jump into this thing. Hang on. Ooh, what a thumbnail. If I come into here, you sure can make trim sheets. So if you click on that, let's have a look. What we can do, okay, I gotta remember this. I gotta remember this now. Give me a sec. If I go Shift D, rotate 180, rotate X 180. I'm just gonna move this over to here. Let's go GZ2 just to make my life a little bit easier. I can do this. We go into here, decal machine, create a panel. So if I create a panel, it's going to be repeating. I'm just going to click it and see what happens. What's the worst that could happen? I have been playing around with decal machine quite a bit over the past couple of days. All right, so that didn't work out. If you can guess why it didn't work out, 5 points to Gryffindor. But I can tell you now, it's probably the normals are facing the wrong way. Yeah, suck a lemon. All right, now let's go back and try that again. Bake emissions. Create panel. All right. Melinda, how are you? The kaboom. I am the kaboom. All right. So now we have now created a decal here. The reason why it's looking like a little bit crazy is because I think it's too far away from the Z axis. So I'm just going to bring it up. I think that's what the problem is. Let's do one more. Remove decals. Let's get rid of my old ones. This was testing. Okay, last one. But yeah, you can grab your pieces and make decals. Yeah, there we go. So for instance, now this has become kind of like a trim sheet. And yeah. So with that, we can throw it onto ground, so on and so forth. The other thing that we can do is, what else was I doing? Hey, I'm trying to remember what I was doing. Decal panel. export, bake, anti-aliasing, shut your pie hole, preview bakes. Okay. Come here. Oh! What's going on? And that's how we end the stream. Alright. What's going on? Bad dreams? Alright. Anyway, we'll call it a night for now. This will go up on the Patreons. I'll save it. Video coming out tomorrow. Decal Machine. Thursday will be a Re-Illusion one, so make sure you check that out. Hit the subscribe button. Thank you very much for joining me. Au revoir. Bonjour. Auf Wiedersehen. Salamat pal. I can't remember what that one is. But anyway. See you later.